She is the pride of Mexico. She is the first ever Mexican-born women's champion in UFC history. She is now the face of the women's flyweight division. Dare I say, the best women's weight class in the UFC. She just submitted Valentina Shevchenko. Shevchenko's first loss at 125 pounds. She is, like I said, the pride of not only Mexico, but the pride of Guadalajara. She is the one and only Alexa Grasso, the new UFC women's flyweight champion. Hello, Alexa. How are you?
Hello, I'm great, and you?
I'm doing great. It's so good to have you on the show. It's so hard to find you now. I had to ask this person and that. Now you're a huge star. I have to go through like 10 different layers of people just to get to you now. There was a time, oh, text, yeah, great. Now you're like a massive star. You have all kinds of PR and everything. It's unbelievable.
No, I'm sorry. Just my inbox got like a lot of messages, and I still try to answer all of them, all of my friends and family, but it's just a lot of messages. But now I'm here, and thank you again for the opportunity.
No, of course. I'm just messing around. It's great to have you on. Could you tell us what the last 15 or so days have been like for you? Like, has it just been, do you still feel like you're on cloud nine, like you're buzzing, like it doesn't feel real? You're the UFC women's flyweight champion.
No, I mean, now I just realized everything that happened. And I was working a lot. I was doing interview for the UFC. You know, we are all required to do post-fight interviews and all that things. And last week I went with my mom also to do a job because I was invited to an MMA event to Cancun. So I said, like, Mom, let's go to Cancun. We have the opportunity. I had a job there, but I also had time to do some vacation and enjoying time with my mom and my dad. So just really, really nice 2 weeks. And right now I'm here in the gym in athletics. I just came back, not to train like 100%, but just to check how my body feels. I still have some injuries that I have to repair. But yeah, I would like to start like slowly and, to stay in shape.
Where's the belt?
At home. At home.
Do you have a special place for it?
Not yet. I want to do a good place for it, but sometimes I'm required to bring it from pictures or interviews and that. So I don't have time yet for that. But yeah, I will have a good spot for him.
And when you walk around town now, I know that people would recognize you and stuff, but like since you won the belt, has it become a lot more? Are you getting noticed, stopped everywhere you go?
No, like normal, people from my city, Guadalajara, they know me. They've known me for so long. They know that I'm always, like this kind of wearing clothes and that. So yeah, but it's cool. Like, hey, congratulations, champ, or yeah, but it's really cool. It's just not too crazy, but like it's normal.
I saw when you came home, when you were walking out of the airport, there was a mariachi band there waiting for you. That was unbelievable. Did you know that was going to happen?
No, but it was really, really cool because my family and my coaches and my therapists and my closest friends were there. And I remember this was pretty similar when we did our debut in Invicta FC. Mm-hmm. Something like this happened, this kind of moment, such huge and special for us that I also love mariachi. I truly love mariachi. So yeah, it was really, really nice to watch the airport there. Some people were there like, hey, who's she? What she does? Why are you guys here? What's the UFC? What is that? But it was cool. It was cool.
It was well deserved. I also saw the mural. I saw the one for Brandon Moreno, then Yair, and now you got your own mural. I think by the same guy. Have you actually seen that? Is that in Guadalajara?
No, I think that one is in Tijuana.
Okay.
But it's really cool, and I really appreciate the artist that did that job because it looks really nice.
Does that kind of blow you away, like to be immortalized like that someone would take, and so quickly after, take the time to do that? I feel like you're a very humble person. To see that, like, how do you react to that?
Well, when we got the offer for the fight, it was huge, like, damn, now we are here. Like, yeah, let's do this. Because since I moved to flyweight division, I always had the goal, like also in 115, like I truly want to be a champion. I truly want the belt. I truly would like to have like my name printed in the history of champions in the UFC, because that's something huge. Sometimes you can dream it a lot. It's hard to achieve it, but when you do that, it's, oh my god, it's amazing. It feels so nice. It feels so good because I've been working so hard all these years. And of course it's something that I still processing, tasting, because it's something new in my life and it's super important. And I also don't want to lose my head and think of the focus, because right now they are coming for my head.
Right, right, right.
I'm the one they have to kill right now. But so I have to be like, sometimes when you think that you achieve is like the highest, you realize that you can do better. I was doing 3 rounds, now I'm going 5 rounds. It's the second time 5 rounds, and from this point next, all will be 5 rounds. So I can do better, I can be stronger, I can be like improving my techniques, as you can saw. Yeah, but it just do not losing my focus and keep training and keep like being better as I know that I can be.
So going into that fight, like the fight week in Las Vegas, your level of confidence, did you believe, because we were all talking that week, and even Valentina, like, oh, the flyweights are getting better. There's Aaron Blanchfield, there's Manon Fiorot, there's Tyler Santos. And it seemed like, okay, she's gonna get by Alexa. It's a good style matchup, and then it's gonna come, the tougher fights. Did you feel like you were being overlooked? Did you feel like you were being disrespected? Did you feel like people thought like, it's a nice story, but you don't have, the skill set to be like, how were you feeling going into that fight?
Well, of course, there were a lot of bad comments, like, "Oh, she's gonna be fed to the lion." Oh, poor Alexa. Oh, and also some close people, and like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Don't even stress about the result. You're a champion just to get to this point." And I was like, "So you're gonna think I'm gonna lose right now?"
Yeah.
So it was also a good motivation. I've been always underestimated. But this is cool, this is nice too, because I always prove how good I am, and I have to say nothing, like I don't have to prove like, oh, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna do that. No, no, no. I just like to, like be like this and working, fighting, because I think that fighting is the most important thing that I can do to prove like how good I am and how skilled I am. So yeah, I don't care.
Did you feel like she was looking past you?
No, no, I don't think so, because she also was training in Japan. She was improving a lot. And I know that she was training really hard. She was doing something different in her fight camp. And I know that she's super competitive. And yeah, of course, she was training hard.
Okay. And then you get to the fight, and the first round, you look great. And I'm wondering if your confidence level after that first round went up, and then what you thought the difference was between the first and then the second, third, and fourth, which the judges thought that she had won. What had changed there?
Yeah, I saw the score. I saw the scorecards. They gave me the first, and they gave the second and the third for her. Of course, when I touched her, when I saw her face, when I felt like my fists were doing damage, I said, like, okay, hey, yeah, I'm getting it. So in the second round, she changed it completely, because she also did doubles, like super super deep. I was hoping her to do that kind of Greco wrestling, because she also does on the head and here in the waist. I was doing that. I was defending that, but she changed it completely. She changed it completely, and honestly, yeah, that took me for surprise. But yeah, I when I was in that crucifix positions, I said like, no way, I'm not gonna stay here. She's not gonna finish the fight here. I'm not gonna stay here. And I did everything I had. Like I spent all my energy there, like saying, no way, I'm not gonna stay here. I'm not gonna stay here. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna continue. I know that in the fourth and fifth round was going to be mine, because my strength and conditioning was super hard. I also knew this was going to be difficult, but I also knew this was going to be possible. So I was just, calm, focused. In the fourth round, I low my level, and my coach say like, hey, look, just a little bit down. So I was able to defend defend in the fourth round like way better. And yeah, I was just waiting for that perfect moment.
Yeah, and the perfect moment came in the fourth. I said second, third, and fourth. It was in the fourth. The spin, and then we see the footage of you practicing that, which is amazing. I love that stuff. But everything is happening so fast in the fight. For you to recognize that it was happening and then to capitalize in the moment, like, are you having, oh, this is it. This is, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. This is what we've been working on. Or does it just happen instinctually where she does it and you've done it, you've drilled it so many times that the moment she does it, you know exactly what to do? Do you remember what you were thinking in that moment? Because it's amazing to then watch the clip of you practicing it after the fact.
Yeah, I try it. I was searching the good distance in the first round, but when she was spinning, I was first I was too far. Then I was too close, and she kind of not hit me, but she pushed me. So I was like waiting for the perfect distance, and yeah, in the fourth round, I got like, oh yeah, this is a perfect distance. I just have to move a little bit to my right. The kick was like this close. I saw the video in slow motion. It was super close to hit the liver. I had to take the risk. And yeah, I said like, yeah, this is the moment. So I just move a little bit, I get close, and I was planning to do the same than the footage of the train, like put her down, but she stayed there, and I said like, okay, I'm gonna jump.
And when you had her back, it looked like you didn't have your arm underneath her chin. But sometimes we've seen it's just so tight, and we saw the picture afterwards of how tight it was. Were you surprised in the moment that she tapped, or did you know that because it was so tight that it didn't really matter if it was underneath the chin or not?
Well, jiu-jitsu coaches often say like behind the eyes, everything is neck. I've been in those positions too. Sometimes the nose is exposed. Sometimes it hurts so bad,
Yeah.
like truly so bad. So when I just got my hands, in a good position, my coaches also said that just keep squeezing and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was just squeezing, and then I felt like the referee said like it's over, and I was like.
What does that feel like? Could you tell us what that feels like? What that moment feels like?
Oh, it feels amazing because when I was training, like all my fight camp, to most of my training partners, I was submitting them in that position. And they all say like, hey, you're going to submit her. You're going to submit her. And sometimes when you're training, you're like, I don't know, like maybe it could happen, it could happen. But they say, hey, you're submitting all of us and rear naked choke. Of course you're going to do that. Of course. And I was like, I was getting confident like every week, because at the beginning of the fight camp, I was like, oh my God, like, damn, she's gonna kill me, because it's pretty hard to fight to a southpaw like her. But week by week, I was improving and getting better and getting better and getting better. And we found a lot of places where we wanted to be shining. Like, of course, my boxing. Of course, I would love to have stand-up fights, as you can. So I was also switching stance. Now I feel a lot more confident on my stand-up because I also look like a natural southpaw, which is a big achievement for me and for my coaches. And yeah, when I was able to finish the fight in the grappling game, which is an area that I've been improving and that I know that I still have to improve a lot, it means a lot to me. It means so much, and also to winning to such a dominant female like her.
Oh my God. It's such a beautiful moment, and this is why we love MMA, for stories like yours, because like we've been watching you for so long, and I feel like I was at the card in LA when you fought the night before Ronda Rousey and Aldana. You remember in LA before the Rousey and Katzengano? You have what?
Yeah, I have our picture. That was the first time you interviewed me, and my coach said, "Oh my God, he got an interview with you. Oh my God, this is huge." And I feel so special that he's doing an interview for me.
Wow, I don't even remember taking a picture, but that's amazing. And so I remember because they were saying you were the future, and you and Aldana from Mexico. There's never been, any women from Mexico, and so that was a long time ago. That was 8 years ago. And so to see that whole journey and the ups and downs, and now to see you finally climb the mountain against someone as good as Valentina, it was very emotional, honestly, to watch that. It was a very, very beautiful moment, and I have the utmost respect for Valentina. She's an incredible fighter in person. I have a lot of respect for her. But just because we've watched you for so long and watched you develop, it was beautiful stuff. And I can't imagine, you have your father there, you have your uncle there as the coaches. What was it like when you went back and you were just with them, with your family? Because it's such a, and as you pointed out, and this is not a knock on others, you've stayed in Mexico the whole time. You're a true Mexican fighter in the sense that, like, you were born there, bred there, and you trained there as well. To now go back and be with the same people, what was that like when you had that quiet moment and you guys together did it yourselves?
Well, imagine it was huge because we were also set like all of the time, like, no way, you will never achieve it if you are training in Mexico. Like, you have to change your team, you have to change your city, you have to change everything you do if you want to be the champion. And I was like, no, they made me. They made me. We've been doing this from zero. We had zero background of combat sports, like zero. We started like from jiu-jitsu tournaments to MMA, like pro. We had no amateur fights, and this is huge for us. We just want to prove that when you have a good team, when you have a good coaches, when you have a good training, conditioning, nutrition, like, no matter any place that you are, if you are supported with people that want to do better and achieve things and grow together, because sometimes it's hard to find people that want to help you to grow. Sometimes, like, no, just me. But we are a family, Low and Brazilian, we are a family. We are always helping each other, because my coach always says, when you are up, you have to put your hand down and, like, keep, taking and pulling everyone that helped you, because if it wasn't for them, I'm gonna cry. I wouldn't be here.
And I'm wondering, how did you get over the moments where maybe you thought it wasn't going to happen? I'm sorry for making you cry, but I can understand
Oh,
why.
it's just it's just cool. I truly love all my teammates and my coaches for everything they've done.
Do you feel now that people are looking up to you for you to pull them up? Like when you come back to the gym, now you're the star, right? I mean, you've been the star for a long time, but you feel that that duty now to pull your teammates up with you?
I've always done that. I've always done that. I do this with my teammates. When they have a fight, I'm there, helping. I'm just trying to give them all the advices that helped me to be where I am right now. When they have a fight, I'm there. Hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's do some more rounds. Hey, I'm gonna help you. I saw that you have this problem, so I'm gonna try to fix with you. I'm always there helping them, and this is cool because it's helping me so much. Sometimes I also learned this from Diego, because he told me that sometimes people try to search another teammates from other places or from other gyms that are better, but he teach me that the most important thing is to help your team to be better. To help your army to be stronger, because if they are stronger, you're gonna be stronger too. So that's my goal, that to that all of our gym in Brazil, and we can all be black belts, that we all can be boxing champions, MMA champions. So yeah, that's the goal for all of us, to help of my teammates, and that's what we are doing all these years.
When it looked like you were so far away from the belt, how did you turn it around?
When what?
When it looked like maybe you weren't, like, there was a moment where I feel like a few years ago, people were like, maybe Alexa isn't going to become who we thought she was going to become. Straw weight was tough, the weight cuts, all that stuff. Was it just simply moving to 125, or was it a change in your mentality? Was it a change in how you prepare? How were you able to go on this amazing run?
Uh, I think it was a lot of factors. Also my body changed. Like I said, we started knowing zero.
Yeah.
Like we did. do, recovery, nutrition, mental coaching. We had a lot of things where we were not having our 100%. Maybe training was perfect, but at this level, in the UFC level, man, you need like everything on point. So I think it was a moment where we all learned better how to become the best athlete you can be. So it's not that I like it that I lose, but at some point I think that it was necessary. Because we had when everything's going right, oh, you said, oh, we can do the same and the same and the same. But when something fails, it's like, oh, well, okay, wait a second, we have to review everything, like to do a look. So yeah, it was nice that we all learned, and we are still learning. We are still improving. I know that we still have a long way to go, but I'm happy that I'm sharing this big moment with the same people I started.
So immediate rematch. You think they're gonna do it again right away? You and Valentina?
I hope so. I hope so. She asked for that, and yeah, I would love to fight again with her. I know that she's, like I said, I know that she's super competitive. I know that she's perfectionist as me. So imagine the second fight. Like, truly imagine how now I I'm wondering what's she going to do in this second fight. What she's going to try to do now, showing the first ones, showing what I did. Also, I have a lot of things to do and improve and to get better. And I mean, it's gonna be like a chess match. We. I'm excited. I'm truly excited for the second fight, and and I also know that people would love to see that, because a lot of people said that it was a mistake from her and that it was a fluke. Of course, I don't think it was a fluke, because I trained so much for that winning. But yeah, I think it's gonna be important to show everyone that yeah, I'm the champion.
What are the chances it happens in Mexico? What are you hearing?
I don't know the chances, but I truly would love to. This second fight can be in Mexico, and I would love that this fight could happen in Guadalajara.
Wow. Do they have a stadium? Do they have an arena there? How big is it? Is there one that could hold, for UFC? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we do it. Imagine that, Canelo's going to fight here in Guadalajara. He's going to be back here. Imagine to bring the UFC to my city. That will be huge. But if it's Mexico City, that will be great too.
Do you think that, Canelo's fighting in the stadium? Do you think they could do UFC in the stadium too with you? I think Yair's going to fight in July, but maybe you and Brandon on the same card. Do you think they'd be able to sell something like that out?
I hope so. I truly hope that the UFC would like to come to Guadalajara at some point.
Wow. Are you going to go to the Canelo fight?
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm a big fan of him. I love his fights, and yeah, like I said, Mexican fighters have a lot of heart
Yeah. Have you ever met him?
and technique.
Yes, and technique, of
No,
course. You've never met him?
no, not yet. But I would love to have a training with him. Like yeah, just to ask him for some advices and watch him training, and yeah, that would be really cool.
I feel like that's going to happen soon. And before I go, like in a perfect world for you, when would you return? When would you like to return?
Yeah, I mean, September sounds
Oh,
like a great
that's
a
perfect.
great
The Mexican Independence weekend, right? It all works out.
September sounds amazing, but yeah, let's see. Of course, before the end of these years, I would like to fight. Like I said, two fights every year sounds good, and yeah, I truly hope that this could be in Mexico.
Amazing. Last thing for you, Alexa. What's the best thing that has happened since you became champion? A conversation, a message, a moment, something that has happened. Is there one that sticks out? The best thing so far? I know it's just been 15 days or so, but what comes to mind?
I heard that a lot of women started to train MMA, which is huge for me. Like I always said to you in every single interview that I share, that I just hope that every single woman in this planet could learn MMA to defend themselves, to be strong in her mind, her soul, her bodies, to avoid dangerous situations, dangerous food, dangerous things for them, because we are so strong or so nice and so good that we can achieve everything we want. Truly, the life any person wants to achieve, they can do this, but it has to start being strong.
I love it.
So
You're an
this
inspiration,
is
Alexa. Well done. You really are. You're a great role model. So happy for you. Congratulations. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for not forgetting the little people now. Now you're such a huge star. Mexico Jr. You're going to be selling out stadiums like Canelo, and it's going to be impossible to have you on. So we have to appreciate these moments here. So enjoy everything that comes with being champion. And again, enjoy the belt. Enjoy everything. It's a great thing that you've done, and you deserve it.
Yeah, thank you. Just have to train better than before.
Yes. Well, I know you will. Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
There she is, the one and only Alexa Grasso, the champion of the best women's weight class in the UFC, the one and only pride of Guadalajara.